Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Hi, TikTok. How are you all doing? If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, God bless you. How are you doing? I'm bringing on Facebook now. I'm bringing you guys one by one. Facebook is coming now. Guys, be patient. And now Instagram. I'm live on Instagram now. Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. Imole! When you go to my platform, the first thing you see is the word Lucifer. Lucifer in Latin means light bringer. Coined from 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19, where Peter in the original Greek language used the word phosphoros to describe Christ. And when the Latin Bible was translating that book, they translated phosphorus as Lucifer. So in the Latin Bible, Christ was known with the term Lucifer, the bringer of light. And he said it in John chapter 1 verse 4, the Greek phrase phoston anderon, the light of mankind. Imole is light. Light recognize light. Darkness trembles in light. Let me tell you something here. You see, you can have the darkest night. No matter, as in a night that is so dark, no moon, no stars, no street lights, no headlights, no fireflies. All you need to do is strike one match and there is light. Strike a lighter and there is light. On a phone screen and there is light. In the beginning, the Lord said, let there be light. This particular demise, Imole is not the youngest. He's not the youngest person to have passed on. He's not the wealthiest. He's not the best singer. There is just something about him that vibrates at the frequency a whole nation is vibrating. He is a ghetto boy. Lekki people are crying. He is a ghetto boy. Banana Island people are weeping. He is a ghetto boy. Asokoro is in tears. He is a ghetto boy. Victoria Island is in mourning. Normally the ghetto represents the ghetto. And the suburbs represent the suburbs. And the high rise represent the high rise. But for the first time in Nigeria's history, everyone is standing up for a ghetto boy. Police said they want to go and exhume. They went there and they met a crowd. And when you're like, oh Lord, let's say, MohBad, I want Bodori. Forgive me if you don't understand Yoruba. Police said they wanted to go and exhume. They met a crowd waiting. I was somewhere trying to get some business done, going from one meeting to the other. I wanted to come and go live as soon as the news was brought. And something kept telling me that if please calm down. There's light on the matter already. I consider myself the Lucifer of this generation, the bringer of light, in walking in the light of Christ. Opening your eyes to the lies that the Western world, the religious leaders, have brought to enslave us. Another thing needs to be brought light to. The music industry's darkness. We have to bring lights. Shine your light. Everybody, put on your torchlight wherever you dey. Light, light. Blind somebody beside you with your light. Shine your light so the darkness can run and hide. Go to any of my platform. The name Lucifer on my platform. My birth name is Lucian, which means the same as Lucifer. It means light. Oh, you did not know? Lucian is on my passport, is on my driver's license. On my birth certificate, the name Lucian. Lucian means light. So when I chose the title Lucifer, the bringer of light, I wasn't joking. Some of you think Lucifer is the devil. That's the same nonsense lies they told your parents. But today we are not talking about religion. We are talking about the darkness in an industry. A darkness so deep that they wanted to bury this guy with the darkness. But you see, you cannot hide light. You cannot hide light. You cannot bury light. Iná ò ṣe bò mọ́lẹ̀. Iná ń ké. Iná ń ké. The light is crying. The light all of a sudden has voice. People were at the graveside saying, there was a theory that I did not want to bring to light. A lot of people were saying, was he buried alive? Was he actually still alive? It's a question. Ìbéèrè ni mo ń béèrè. Was MohBad still alive? His father said he wants to be like a Yoruba man, and Yoruba bury their dead. Please help me ask his father, how many Yoruba things has he done? I always have that quarrel with my parents anytime they bring the Yoruba. I remember I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who is the Ada in her family. And she was putting her foot on the ground. She said, as the Ada in her family, she's going to dictate their mother's funeral rites. And I called her aside. I said, also, do you realize that as an Ada, you are supposed to have the lion's share of the burial expenses? You be nurse for Nigeria. You get 3 sisters, one for Canada, one for London, one for America. Then you get 2 junior brothers, both of them they Malaysia. Now them they send the money, but now you want lord over the funeral. I say you cannot be Ada on one side, and then you decide that you are not going to be Ada on the other side. If you want to be Ada complete. Bring the lion's share of the money needed to bury your mother, and then dictate the terms of the funeral. But the two sons in Malaysia have sent $5,000 each. The three daughters abroad have sent a combination of $10,000. So far, you have $5,000 each, $20,000. You brought $500,000 and you want to dictate how they will run the funeral. It's impossible. That 20 million that they brought, match it. Then you can be Ada. You cannot just decide to be Ada on one side. Ada Egbeko. Nigerians love to whip out African culture when they want to be mischievous. All of a sudden, Yoruba people bury the next day. Okay, do they bury at midnight? Even if they bury the next day, do they bury at midnight? If you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. Thank you for appreciating me. My #1 gifter is Osilama. Follow him, everybody. Thank you for appreciating me. Even if Yoruba people bury immediately, I am a Yoruba man. Butter and bread Yoruba. Omo Badonimi, Ari money mudagbasi. Where are you rushing to bury somebody that died inside controversial circumstance? Ẹ ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún mi. Explain it to me. Make it make sense. All of a sudden, it's now Yoruba to bury quickly. Police, we are waiting for you. You know me, I like police. I love police. I respect police. I know be among the people who say SARS no good. Me, I believe Nigeria should be well policed. But this time, I want beg police say, I do now. Emma Losonte Rio. Make una not come talk the one way you know see you. Ite ri Emma Sope Rio. The one way you see, not talk say you know see am. The whole country is in mourning. It has never happened before. Bola Igepai. No be like this. Sami Okposo Pai. No be like this. Osinachi will be gospel singer Pai. No be like this. One Geo Pikin Pai. No be like this. Nigeria was shaken to the bone. Never in the history of this country has this country stood up for a young ghetto boy whose only voice was through his music. I know people who have not slept in days. I know people who sleep and dream. I have the DM, my DM full. MK Opai, Abacha Pai, no reach like this. Chibuzon Wokoye, thank you for sending me $20 on YouTube. Imole Ikpo, this light is much. Please, if you understand Yoruba, I need a translator today. I want to speak in Yoruba. Can somebody who understands Yoruba help me? I don't want to be translating. It's breaking my flow. Mo fẹ́ sọ Yoruba. I want to speak in Yoruba. Let somebody be translating for me. Ta ló gbọ́ Yoruba, ta ló gbọ́ Yoruba. Bongoli. Ta ló gbọ́ Yoruba. Who is somebody here that understands Yoruba? Any small music like this, my wife hears. My wife will begin to cry. Say, this boy was too good. The green pie now, koto pie. That green inshallah is siko dabai. The streets mourned for that green, but not like Imole. Not like it. It's too much. This is a sign, if there ever was a sign. This is a sign that the status quo has been moved. The Bible says the mountain was moved, but did not know it has been moved. A mountain has been moved. A mountain has been moved. A mountain has been moved in this Nigerian dispensation. A mountain has been moved. I've not eaten. Instead of make I chop, I say I go live first. Come. Open that fridge. I've got a nylon bag with a Scotch egg there. Help me warm it. Make something in my belly. I never chop since morning. I never chop. Imole, they disturb my life. I never chop. Okay. You come and feed me back once you're done. Warm that for. I will have said you should warm some gizzard for me too, but just warm the Scotch egg. I'll eat later. Make something just dey my belly. Make una no vex. Go and pay him. Warm my Scotch egg. Bring it, serve me, then go and pay him. I'm with you. Fella safe by. He no rich like this. He no rich like this. Imole iti poju. This light is too much. And it is so natural. That's the beauty. Nobody is begging anybody to talk. Nobody they beg anybody. The rich are talking. The poor are talking. The ghetto is weeping. The highbrows are mourning. Nobody. You see, somebody said, when the revolution begins, you don't need to tell somebody. It will just happen. There's a revolution in the way Nigerians have been doing things. Any small thing, una go begin to bully people. Shey you see as it be. If I've ever offended anybody, I apologize. Oh, enilamo amola. You feel by mistakenly threatening somebody today, make something happen to the person tomorrow, you don't turn prime suspect. Naira Marley know about it, Naira Marley no know about it. Waiting in the face now, you no go on face am. The music industry woman called me, crying, telling me what her son went through in the music industry. Right now, there are 2,500 people watching me on Instagram, 3,800 watching on Facebook, 1,700 watching on TikTok, and 715 watching on YouTube. Why? Because a small boy from the ghetto buy? No. Because a light is shining on a darkness, and that darkness has been exposed. Iná kan ti tàn. Àti ń ra yíká, we are seeing our surroundings. Àti ń rí wájú, àti ń rẹ́yìn. Bring me that glass. There is ice in the fridge. Fill it and bring me my Coke. Iná ti tàn. Ẹ má bínú, mo rush Scotch egg mi tí jẹun. taste bud makes very good Scotch eggs. And she's teaching people in her academy right now how to make Scotch eggs. And I just put it there. 2 is okay. If you can put anything more. I'm sorry, I never chop since my belly they pain me. I never chop. But I said instead of make I keep quiet, I go can't do this live. Luckily for me, my daughter is home. Just chill. Hey, somebody just sent me a whale on TikTok. Thank you so much. Come on, take it. Do you have money on you? Make the payment. Now. Go and make the payment.
Before 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, go and do it. This is all I'm having today. We'll come and talk later. Just go and send him the money first. I beg you, making a no vex. I never chopped his money. No vex. I'm not eating food. Just one Scotch egg. Need something in my belly. I'm going to say 0 cola, no sugar. 100%. My sugar level is better than the sugar level of the youngest person in this house. My sugar level is better than a 15-year-old sugar level. Maintain. One egg with meat filling is okay. I'm coming, no go anywhere. I full ground with tuna. Scotch egg is my favorite snack because it doesn't have flour or all those things, or very little of that. So it's filling. I can eat one every day with an egg, and I will not be raising my blood sugar. I'm almost done. Someone said 16-year-old with or without diabetes. 16-year-old without diabetes. No, low my sugar is. As in the day I went to check, the doctor looked at me and said, how did you manage? I will teach you guys one of these days. Someone say you are raising your cholesterol. My cholesterol is very good. What you don't understand is if your sugar is bad, it affects your cholesterol. If your sugar is good, it will bring down your cholesterol. My cholesterol is fine. Oh, I said it shouldn't be too low. No, it's not too low. It's okay. I'm back. No, my sugar is, as in, is perfect. That's what I'll say. My sugar is perfect. And I just stopped eating bread, rice, eba, all those things. I just stopped. But today is not about my sugar. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, Today is about Imole. Where them sees here, my sister. I have to bring her. I'm sorry. Whatever I want to say will wait. Shola. Where them see official. Let her come and tell you what's going on in this industry. Where them say I've sent you a request. Please join. Someone said, why did I not attend the candlelight? I am better off here gathering 2,000 people on Instagram, 3,000 people Oh, where them is at a meeting. 3,000 people on Facebook, 1,600 on TikTok. You attend the candlelight. We create the awareness. Human beings can be so emotional. You are emotional to the point where you are not thinking. So I'm there at the candlelight. When I can be crying online, not be so I cry one day, police answer. What is my use in the candlelight? I pay respect. Pay it on my behalf. Let me shout here. Let the people gather. Let me talk. Let people know. I'm just a number at a candlelight. Here, I'm a force. Police get one question where they need to answer. First question, was he buried alive? You have to answer that question. Was he still alive? You have to answer that question. We're getting all sorts of feedback from the grave area. They said there was no blood. And unlike Lazarus, who after 4 days stinketh, the Bible says he stinketh. They say MohBad, no smell. What happened? Was he still alive? I'm not a perfect father. I have my own children that I have not seen for 7 years because my ex decided that that's the best way she could punish me, by not letting me see the children. It's hard to judge a father. You don't know the battles they're fighting. But in this particular matter, Baba MohBad, Emma Binu, I really try. Emma Binu, don't be angry. Why are you burying him? That little boy that died in Dowen College, I'll be waiting the name of that school. The father says he will never bury that boy until he sees justice. Say if it takes 3 years to see justice, he will keep that boy in the mortuary. Why are you in such a hurry to bury? Kilo Lady. Who remembers that little boy from Dowen? The father said he will never bury that boy. Sly, may his soul rest in peace. Danny, God bless you. Danny just sent me a trophy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Danny. The father said he will never bury that boy. If it takes 5 years, the boy go dey mortuary. Sly's father was not very educated. I'm not even sure if he was educated. He just loved his son. He loved his son. I heard that when a top GO lost his son in Nigeria, he said his son was not dead, that they should fly the body to Lagos. And he prayed over the body of his son for almost 24 hours. I might not agree with that, but I see the father in him. They said he prayed on the body for 24 hours before he finally agreed that his son was no more. Baba MohBad, Which one is burying at midnight? When that Daddy Gio, popular Daddy Gio, when he lost his son, he said no, that his son is still alive. They should put him on a plane and bring him. And he went on a prayer. Of course, I don't agree with those kind of prayers, but I agree with the fact that the man is a father. And he wanted to be convinced in his spirit and his reality. Even if you want to hurry and bury, which one is midnight burial? Ikorodu Bale was saying they called him that he want to bury at midnight. Kilo de. Why do you want to cover up the light? Kilo de. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just asking questions that people are asking. Ada Blessing told me a story. I don't know if she told it to me one-on-one or she told it publicly. She said she went through, say her parents refused to agree that there was anything wrong with her. Those are parents. Those are parents. I might not be in my child's life. I might not be friends with my son, my first son right now. But if he ever reaches out to me, I'm going to be available for him. Every child of mine, adopted and biological and step, all have the same access to me and my resources. I was reading somewhere that they don't carry the nurse. We deal with MohBad. If they don't carry the nurse, very good. I no believe saying our nurse gonna be problem here. This problem big past nurse. This problem big past nurse. Only nurse cannot take the fall. Nigerians know how to go and carry the organizer in front of the person where they buy a house just to say they arrested somebody. That nurse waiting, she give them anti-tetanus in person where they beat. I don't see why anti-tetanus injection is such a big deal. Unless she did not know how to inject. My question is, why did we sit like this and allow a nation to fail this boy? Ada Blessing.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I need you here.
Let me put on the lights. I'm just so sad.
Turn up. Imoleda. Put on the lights. Nigeria deserves better parents.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is MohBad's mother?
Where was she? Even though she wasn't married to the man anymore, my parents are divorced, but my parents are in my life 24/7. You might not be married to somebody, but still being the life of your kids. This is just so sad. I'm trying so much not to cry because of your TikTok. I know TikTok does not accept tears, but this is really heartbreaking. I prayed for him to come back to life. Honestly, like, I was watching the videos. How can a talent like that be lying life?
Just be strong. Just be strong. Just be strong. All the father needed to do was to keep the body a little longer. That's all we needed from him. That's all. He didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to do anything, Barbara. Okay.
Exactly.
Ada, be strong. I need your strength here.
I'll try.
That's why I came to see you yesterday, because I knew you were not in a good place. I drove to your house just to see you. And you told me your story of what happened to you as a child and how your parents did for you.
My parents were waiting for the doctors to say she's gone. Until then, they kept paying for oxygen.
Ada said her father had to ride Okada at night.
Yeah, because
to raise money for the oxygen of a child that is in coma.
Salary wasn't enough. He had to go the extra lengths. Imagine you're taking your monthly salary. You're buying oxygen every day. I don't know how they sell it. Maybe hourly, maybe a day. I don't know how. I didn't even ask him that. But I could just imagine 30 days in a month. You're collecting salary. You're putting it there for 6 months. Honestly, I think I owe my parents a lot. I owe them a whole lot. And just one day, you could not wait. You wanted to put him that same night.
That same night.
For somebody that has been in your life for 27 years, I was just a month old. I did nothing for them to have that such belief, to wait for me to come back or pronounced totally bad. Some parents are just something else.
Some parents. All we needed was keep him for 48 hours. Keep him. Demand justice. Come and cry in the public.
Saying Yoruba culture.
At the funeral, they were talking about property.
I saw the video.
We saw the clips. We are not blind. People got angrier.
Exactly. I'm not even in the medical field, but I know how to do CPR. That person that was there, I don't know if it was just me, I saw his neck moved. Like someone that was trying to gasp for breath. Simple thing, why not just conduct his CPR? Who even declared him died? Who did? And you were just there, you could remember bringing out your phone to record.
And the father is a pastor.
Again, where is your faith? Why didn't you pray all night?
At least Daddy Gio prayed all 24 hours for his son.
I am not a pastor. Dear, I did midnight prayer for this guy. I did.
Even though you know where I stand on that.
Even though, like...
But I'm still impressed. It's the love. It's the love. I gbọ́ pé MohBad log out. The next thing I gbọ́ pé see MohBad. I thought he was Muslim.
No, he wasn't. From his music videos, I've been following him. After everything, he started embracing Christ, started putting on rosary, started doing things with Bible, started talking about God because he was scared at some point. He started embracing God. So I knew he wasn't a Muslim.
Man. Lua Lee, thank you so much. Sent me 20 pounds on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Sorry, I might not have the time to be throwing shout outs back to back for everybody watching, but I appreciate you and I appreciate your support. I appreciate the fact that you all come up and turn out. You need to see Facebook. There are 5,200 people crying on Facebook. Let me just show you guys so you have an idea. Just let me show you. Can you see? 5.2K. Let me step this back a little. Can you see right there? 5,200. 1.5 on TikTok and 977 on YouTube. 5,000 people on Facebook crying. Ada, I don't want to tell you to stop crying. I just don't want you to cry out so that TikTok will not carry it.
Yeah, I know.
Just express yourself. MohBad is the first situation in this life where something will happen to another person say, Atemita. Ye egbami. Something happened to another person they shout. Now MohBad, I see this thing. And if it is ever found that MohBad's father had anything to do with this, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. Police said up to 5 days ago that they will resurrect, they will bring the autopsy. What if he knocked by that 5 days ago? What if not 2 days ago in by? What took them so long? What took them so long? Please, if you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. And please follow my #1 gifter. That's the way TikTok moves, so more people would come to the live. I asked that question again in very clear terms. What if this boy true no by? What if in they alive? It took police an extra 5 days. Why didn't they swing into action at the beginning? They couldn't even get a proper coffin. A bend, press neck coffin. Now they get. That's why in this life, if you have a bad family, move away from them. Move away from toxic people. As they see me so, apart from my father and my mother, and maybe 1 or 2 cousins, of course my mother's children and my stepbrothers, I know they relate with my papa family. They were never there for me when I needed them. They did not understand me. Of course, if they call me, I pick their call, but that's, they can just come and visit me anyhow or take decisions on my life. It is impossible. It is impossible. What if it's only yesterday that he died? All these shouts we are shouting, they've not dug him up.
Do you understand? Like in a sinner crime, I honestly think that from the very first day that incident happened, with all the videos, all the stories circulating, I think a proper working government would have started something. Without all the documentation that took them how many days? 9? Took them 9 days. Our system is so slow. So, 9 whole days. For somebody that there were rumors that, okay, maybe there is still a possibility that he's still alive. Wouldn't you have thought of doing something almost immediately to see that?
Thank you, Ada.
There is a possibility. But
Thank
you guys waited 9 whole days. You even killed the possibility of something like that to even happen. And my grandma has died. I think 2 other uncles of mine. I don't know if that's how it's done in Lagos, but today, like, immediately cement the entire place, like the next day after that.
Ewologun cementi. Konkere.
It take few days to now get the cement, get the tiles, to now like furnish the place to whatever taste the family members want. But I was so surprised to see the next day that they've closed everywhere for somebody that even that day that they put him down, people were still asking for the body to be exhumed. You covered it, like, really.
Right from the graveside, they have started blaming the wife. What a family. What a family.
I don't know if it's just me, or I don't know if it's just me, but look at me on your life, really trying to hold back tears. But I don't see that though. I've seen videos. All I see is just one. People grieve differently. I'm sorry, I'm not expecting everybody to act like me or act like a woman, because I know we ladies were pretty much emotional. But I cannot lose somebody that I really care about, and I'm there granting interviews, and my face is like hard. What? It's just a lot, I beg. Even my dad that does not know this person, from everything happening, called me. And everything that happened for Lagos, he was talking like so calmly. I could feel the love of his father asking me about MohBad. He doesn't know him. But there you are, granting interviews. No tears.
Saying that he only disciplined MohBad, they not buy him.
See this scar on my hand, this particular scar. I was in JSS2. A boy that was asking my aunt, she was in JSS3. The guy was asking her out, and I think I was disrespectful to the boy. He was in JSS2 too, of JSS3. He now used the knife. He cut me here. DF, my dad came back from Port Harcourt, came to the school. We wanted to cut that boy back. Yeah, wanted to cut him and arrest him. The principal, they had to hide the boy and just cut DF, JSS2.
You now do knife, go to say go cut him own.
Yeah. You will now do me like this. And my dad would say they were trying to discipline Ada.
Ah. Ilé ayé, ilé asán. Anytime you hear that guy's song, oh Baba Jungle, even me where they cold, Ghetto breed, I'm moved.
I don't understand Yoruba, but I've liked the songs. I know some of the lyrics, even if I don't know the meaning. That guy was just too good.
Record labels are trembling right now. Enough artists are going to come out and start giving their own experiences.
They should do. Like, this is the time to speak out. It's
Somebody
so sad
said
that
his family never liked him. I don't believe they didn't like him. It's just poverty. You see, poverty is so toxic. It's so dangerous. It eats your brain. I've lived with poor people. One of the ways I got out of poverty is there was an assignment I gave me. I said, do rich things every day. Do something rich people do. Like go to a restaurant where rich people eat. If it's buns that you can buy in that restaurant, buy it and eat. Go to places where rich people hang out. Because the poverty brain, you have to get it out, and the only way you can get it out is by staying away from people who have poverty mentality. Go to a car lot where they are selling 100 million naira and above cars price. Go to where there's just, you see, because you would think that you are okay. Let me tell you, that survival mode. Oh, MohBad till our local buy. MohBad don't go, now we remain, we continue the hustle.
That's what I don't understand.
That land Mohbad was buried on, I heard the father wanted to use it to build church. Oh, you guys not here? I heard it. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me, please.
I heard so too, but I did not hear it from his mouth. And right now, let's not forget that it's still Nigeria. People tend to spread false news. So people just want to chase clout now, build their viewership and followership. So if I don't hear it from a reliable source, I can't really say. I read it on one of the blogs. People are saying, oh, they said, so I can't really hold that. But yeah, I know for a fact that was his land because the sister-in-law said it on your live. That one, at least I know it came from a source. So I don't know about the church building.
It's true. I read it. Some people said the father said it.
I haven't seen the clip.
He said Mohbad gave him to build his church. I think. So this Mohbad was not totally useless to you. He give you money. Then,
I'm sorry,
then they came and they were showing a pickup van that Mohbad's wife.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And they were saying, can you imagine? Somebody has as much money as Mohbad. See the kind of car we buy for him, Papa. As in, where does this entitlement mentality come from?
I'm not trying to doubt the dad, but what if that story is just coming out now as a ploy to want to get the land? That, oh, he has gone. Before he left, he said that he was going to give it to me, so let me have the papers. What if?
Please, who is this person with us that is showing us darkness?
Sorry, sir. Sorry. You said you needed someone to translate for you the other time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry, my sister. God
no problem,
you.
Sir.
Okay, but you can stay ahead. We just want you to see your face. That's it. We want to see your face.
Okay.
I want to bring Priye, Diary of a Canadian Mom. Let me hear from her on this particular story. Priye Obozua.
Hi, Priye.
How you take me to say I know your name? How do you know that I know your name?
That's why.
Priye Obozua. Somebody is calling me from Greece. You see me live and you are calling me.
Let me put up my
hello.
video.
I did live. Send me text message. Yeah, hello. Shirley, join me. Mozing Ping or MohBad Lanso. I'm live. Okay, join. So I'm listening to you. Diary of a Canadian Mom.
This particular issue, this guy's spirit is very strong. Clearly, like if I close my eyes, I actually see his face. Like legit see his face. Like it just flashes, and I've never been at this type of level of unrest, and you can tell that he's fighting for vengeance somehow. He has woken everybody up. Nobody can sleep. Nobody can rest. Everybody's talking about the same thing. If I visit someone now in this same Canada, I can go to 10 households. Everybody's talking about the same story. Even foreigners are asking what's happening in your country. Regarding the burial, I heard that I think MohBad has some land with the wife. I think it's about an acre. And that is what that man is targeting. That's why he hurriedly buried him on this particular land, because you can tell from the first interview he's talking about some landed papers with the woman. This is barely 48 hours after you've put your son down. So at the end of the day, I think this widow victimization that happens in Nigeria, where once somebody dies, when a man dies, everybody starts to say the wife should start come and prove herself. That's what's happening. People are starting to divert their attention to the woman. Oh, the woman was this. The MohBad did not complain about that woman one day to anybody. But Nigerians want to complain on his behalf now. They want her now to come and start proving paternity, which legally nobody has a right to initiate a paternity test, except maybe law enforcement decides that, okay, it's necessary for the investigation. They have to get a court order to be able to do a paternity test on the child. So you see how people are deviating. People are deviating. The real perpetrators that we know have been bullying this boy for months and possibly years. We are deviating and asking for stupid things. The pointers are there, but we'd rather turn our heads away and start asking for things that are not relevant to the investigation. At the end of the day, I pray he gets justice every minute. That's my prayer. I pray that as Nigerians continue to stream his music, they've made him very famous now. We can see he has even, like, imagine somebody venturing into the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. This one, this is very divine. I strongly believe it's divine. The boy is yelling for all kinds of justice, vengeance, and he's trying to secure everything he has left behind. Anybody that tries to intervene and tries to victimize any of the victims in this story, you have to be careful so that you don't find yourself on the wrong side of things, because it is very divine. And Daddy Freeze knows me. I'm not exactly particularly one person that is, I'm not a fanatic, but this one is very, very clear. That's why everybody is not at ease in any way. I couldn't go to work today. I had to work from home. I could barely do anything. It's that bad for me. I don't know about every other person, but for me, I couldn't even go into the office today because of this type of thing. And the thing is just getting worse on everybody's minds. People are crying. People are confused. I think it's the confusion that is the problem. Everybody's like, but how? How? Why? The big question now is why, as a record label, why do you think that you can metamorphose into something like a cult and want to control the lives of so many young people? You know, these boys are from very poor. I can now see that the Malian Empire was very strategic in those they were signing. They were intentionally going to the slums to get artists because they know that all those boys, they really, really have talent in the slums because they have nothing to do. They sing, they rap all day. Some of them don't have jobs. Some of them can't. They don't go to school. So when you go to those homes, you pick those children. They think that the light has come and they've been delivered from poverty. And you find also that some of their families will not do anything that they are being told. And even if that child should now say, mommy, daddy, the things I'm seeing here, I don't think this is right. So some of the parents will say, come on, will you stay there? Our deliverance, you want to remove food from our mouth. So it's crazy. And to think that there are millions of other children from loveless homes, loveless families that are going through this same exact ordeal. I don't know. I can't even wrap my head. I've never been so confused before. This is just the height.
GF,
Yeah.
just like Priye has stated, I think people should just focus on the justice we're looking for. I don't understand the whole story of the DNA. It's not like he just met the girl recently.
If MohBad had a problem
I
with
think
the
they've been
child,
together for 10 years.
if MohBad had a
When
problem
they
with the
were
child,
You cannot complain about a woman that the man did not complain about. I don't know how to explain it. He
This
entrusted
lady-
everything in her hands. There's clearly a level of trust
somewhere,
there.
this lady did not cheat on him when he was promised the carpenter. It's now that he's in MohBad that she would. Well, I'm just saying. I just don't understand some people though. She was with him when he was a carpenter.
Nigerians don't even.
When he had
you
nothing.
cannot legally ask for it. Nigerians cannot just come and shout, "Give us DNA." That's not how it works. Only law enforcement, only parents can request the DNA, or law enforcement can get a court order to conduct a DNA.
okay,
You cannot just
my
wake up
darling
and shout,
sister,
"Give us DNA."
my darling sister Bola, please, I want to bring
Yes,
a
sir.
special guest. Can you please help me leave? Don't be angry.
Okay.
Yes.
No problem, sir.
I want to bring a
Right,
special
that's fine.
guest that
Okay.
I've been waiting for today. I don't want to introduce the person.
No problem.
All right. So I'll bring you back when we are done.
Those people saying Ada he complained. Tell me one relationship that is perfect.
You see,
There's
let me
no
tell you something.
evidence
Even if he
of-
complained, as long as he did not initiate a DNA test while he was alive,
He's the only person that can come and tell you that child is not mine. As long as
100%.
he said that child is his, it's not our place really to come and be shouting, give us DNA test. Yeah, it's ignorance that's making
Let's focus on
Nigerians say all those things.
Good evening, Doctor.
Pastor Toby Adegboyega.
Hello, Pastor Toby. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, my sisters.
Good evening. So,
Good
Pastor Toby, let me keep you abreast. I know you've been following the story very keenly, like every one of us has. I have not been able to do anything. Even at night, I try to force myself to do something relationship, but at the end of the day, it still come back to MohBad. Even when I preach, it will still come back to. So it's been a whole week of trauma over the loss of this star, this angel, this young man who was so promising. A voice from the ghetto. I came from the ghetto, so I understand. The ghetto is like quicksand. The more you fight it, the more it sucks you in. And it sucked him in eventually at the end of the day. Today his body was exhumed, and today there's a candlelight procession going on. Pastor Toby, my good friend and brother, is here. I want to hand over to him and hear what he has to say. So over to you, Pastor Toby.
It's sad. It's quite sad to hear. I've not been active on social media, but I started hearing people texting and stuff like that. It was confusing at first. Didn't know what was going on. Didn't know what happened. So it was difficult to make any comment, as nobody seemed to be sure of what is going on. But now that we know, we're all joining our forces to say that there must be justice for MohBad, for Mole, and of course those of us who can put resources together, finances together. We're going to do so to make sure that we support the family, and of course also support the call for justice for MohBad. So I thank you for this platform. I've been listening to what my sisters are saying, and I think it's much in line. All of us steer together so that one of my sisters here just said about how she thinks that they intentionally go to the ghetto to get these guys signed on labels without proper due diligence. I think we can all join hands and use this case as an example or a deterrence from such. Those who are poor, those who are trying to rise, we must all support them and make sure that they have a better life, their talent is used. Of course, businesses must also do well, but we have to make sure that the people running those businesses are treated fairly, with justice and with the fear of God. So we're going to send our support to the family. You will guide me on this, that the freeze will send
absolutely.
We're
going to
or lawyers or whatever we have to do. So
okay. Very, very important. Thank you so much, Pastor Toby, for alleging resources. There's nothing you want to do in Nigeria that does not require resources.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking of, because a lot of people have stood up for the wife and the child. To me, they are the most important. Forget papa, forget mama, now the wife and Pekin. I don't worry so much about the previous generation the way I worry about the next generation. Nigeria is a failure because we worried over the last generation instead of the next generation. Instead of investing our resources in the next generation, we invested it in the previous generation. So resources should be. But one thing that needs to be done, this man needs to be buried properly. Not like a rat, not like a chicken that you throw on a dumpster. You know, if you are rearing chicken and one of them buy, you go just carry and throw for refuse heap. That's not how it's going to be done. He's deserving of a proper burial, not press neck casket. Pity. I wish you had seen the coffin where they used to take buried, no be in size. They can't break in neck or bend the neck or set in neck one way just to put him in the ground. They took him to the place in a Sienna. I don't even know why they didn't drag him on the floor, the coffin on the floor from the house to had this. As in, no proper hearse. Where are all his fans worldwide?
Yeah.
I think some resources, I may be wrong, maybe it's me acting out of place, but I'm thinking that since nobody has started putting resources for a proper and befitting funeral, I think some resources need to go in that regard. My ladies, what do you think?
I believe so too. Even if it's to get him a good place in one of the private cemeteries, that way he can get a proper stone and everything, and then a very, very good funeral. You know, the service of songs, everything organized and involving everybody, because everyone is invested in this. So where everyone can attend, and pay their last respects. As I fully support the idea.
Yes, yes, you're so right, and I think they should not bury him at that place he was previously buried. That land, that compound, like Priya said, a private cemetery where his body will be guarded properly. Because I don't trust any member of his
family.
Immediate family. Sorry.
Okay. Pastor Toby has a church service every Thursday, so I just kidnapped him briefly from his journey to that place. PT, I'm honored that you joined me live. I know that it's not easy to get you out of your very hectic schedule, and I appreciate you. We'll let you know what we're planning and what we would want to support, whether it's a bit of the funeral expenses or a bit of the child or whatever it is. We'll come back to you. I know you need to go right now. I'm sorry I took you out of your place. We'll talk later.
No, it is very important, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for committing to this awesome cause. So we'll talk later.
Thank you.
This has been one of the most difficult periods in Nigeria's election. No do reach like this. So election.
That the freeze election not do reach like
I'm
this.
telling
This
you.
one enter me.
As in, this is the first time when Tinubu supporters, Obi supporters, and Atiku supporters all come together. That what is going on?
This one enter everybody's blood.
And it also showed the lapses in Nigeria.
It just exposed everything, that somebody can be declared dead and the next minute the body can be taken somewhere, and the next minute anybody can just do anything. Like it was.
That's why it's abroad.
Who declared the person? Right. That's
who declared him dead. What was the cause of the death? Because we just saw video. MohBad is dead.
Let's say bye because of community guidelines. MohBad don't cry. No, it's okay, my sister.
We just said it was off. He don't go. Next thing we saw a funeral. The next thing we heard property. Like it just went so fast. By the time we're hearing from the
now, so poor people dey. Any small thing like this, property they enter.
No. GF is not about being poor.
No, now poor man mentality. But any small thing like this, property. Dukia.
Exactly.
Dukia.
Most times when somebody dies, the first 48 or 72 hours, the whole family won't even have the energy to plan one thing. You see family, friends, and your extended family members coming around to even help them put their heads together to even begin to say, oh, that's why a mortuary is there. But this one, you just went so fast. I don't care the tradition that he followed. I don't care the tradition that he followed. According to him, it's tradition, but for me, I don't think that tradition exists in Nigeria. The only people that can bury so quick are Muslims. And even at that, they have, I think, 3 days or so. This one now, this one is the fastest.
Come, is that how they can
I've
they
ever
bury
seen.
somebody like that in Canada?
No. When you've not notified the government, you've not. Once they deposit a body in the mortuary, the family will have to go and register the funeral in a funeral home, and then also notify the government, because immediately that person's social security, everything they've been entitled to, their social security has to be paused because they no longer exist. And the process of declaring the person dead and producing a death certificate, which comes from the government, must begin. So you can't just come and say, I'm putting somebody down. To even book space in the cemetery, the whole process, you will sign here, sign there. So nobody can even do that. When there's a spouse, no father or mother, no cousin can come and bury somebody where there's a spouse. It will not even happen. It's on record. Who is the spouse of this person? Nobody can do nothing without the spouse. And if there are kids that are adults, that are not minors, without their consent, it cannot happen. So I don't understand. They just expose how shitty our system is and how vulnerable people are. People are vulnerable. Many people that you even think are okay are actually vulnerable. There are many people in loveless families that just are surrounded by toxic siblings or parents. They're just alone in their space with all these evil people that don't want to focus on the future. So as Daddy Freeze was saying earlier, if you are surrounded by toxic family, please don't kill yourself. Don't be sentimental. You can depart from that setting and build your life. Sometimes out of sentiments, people still open the door for their toxic family members. At the end of the day, it doesn't lead anywhere. In fact, people end up dying. There are many people that have left toxic family members to come in only for their child to be poisoned, for instance. You don't want that. So please, if you can, run or live to fight another day. You don't have to have them around. Run. There's no fight or challenging you are doing with those kind of people. Just run. Cut them off if you can. As much as you can. Not if. It's not an if matter. It's necessary so that you survive. If you are in a toxic situation, please get away from it immediately.
Agreed. Remy, how are you doing, and welcome? We want to hear from you.
Hi, dear. Hello, everybody. Ada?
Hi, Remy. Well,
are you better now?
I'm good.
Bless you. Dear, for those asking for DNA, I don't get it. They are indirectly bullying the child. Because look, if they carry out a DNA and it turns out that the child is not MohBad's, then what will happen to the child? He will forever be stigmatized. Do you get what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. They should leave the poor child. Okay? MohBad acknowledged the child as his. He loved him, and that's enough. Okay, people should just focus on what is important right now and learn their lessons. What have they learned?
Nigerians don't learn now. That's why we are Nigerians.
Exactly.
We know they learn.
What have we learned? Nigerians, some Nigerians, let me not say everyone, empowered Naira Marley.
Yes,
Do you get it? They empowered him. The cretin came out one time and said he wants to sleep with a mother and
let's not. You see, hold on, Remy. Let's not go into. I'm trying as much as possible to avoid the toxicity.
I remember that thing when it happened.
Let's stay away from there. Let's navigate those waters. Let's focus on MohBad now. You understand? Right. Because it is very, like I keep saying, it's very easy for this thing to go in another direction and start a whole war in the ghetto, and another 20 people will be off again. So let's stay away from the toxicity and focus on the main issues. We cannot ascertain We need the police to come up with their investigation and tell us, okay, where was Naira Marley when this guy died? Where were all these other people? What we know is the father jumped the gun. That one is not, that cannot be debated. We don't need the police to tell us, for us to know that somebody was buried too early. So what you are digging up is like the same people digging up for DNA. Let us wait for the police to tell us before we start swinging into action, because I worry about citizens. When they start swinging into action, they don't hear stop. So just the way we are doing away with the DNA nonsense, we're also doing away with anything that is speculation. I said this earlier on. We need proper cases established. Of course, all these people need to be interrogated. But we need proper cases to be established, and you're not going to establish it on social media because you watch one video here, one video here. Somebody said something 2 years ago. Somebody said something last month. Somebody, at the end of the day, you will end. You will what is called, it's called muddying the waters. And when you muddy the waters, the real culprits are going to walk. As they have carried the body now, first question is, why was he buried in a hurry? Police need to answer that. If the father was put into under pressure, who put the father under pressure? Then they go and bring that person. But let us not start jumping to make assumptions. Nigerians worship in the church of assumption. And I don't like that whole narrative of looking for somebody to pin. Let there be a proper investigation. Don't worry, the police cannot cheat us. That year when police will come and tell us another thing happened and that, it cannot happen now. We are watching. We are not dumb. Let's deal with the facts. Let's put aside the assumptions. Because that assumption is also making the wife look bad. If we are dealing with assumptions. Hello? The wife is also a suspect if we are dealing with assumptions. So let us be careful how we handle assumptions and let us deal with facts. Fact is undeniable. Why was he buried? Somebody came out and said they wanted to bury him at midnight. They didn't allow them. As soon as day broke the next day, they buried him. That's not an assumption. That's a fact. Let's address those things. You understand? Let's address those things. And let me tell you something. Even though I may disagree with it, the family may require a DNA test. It is possible. The family may require it. At the end of the day, Nigerians fight over property. If there are any issues concerning property, they might want to establish the legitimacy of a child.
But then they should keep it private. It is not our business to know.
No. You see, that's why now it doesn't happen like that. You see, let me tell you here. Oni Yoruba ni gbogbo ta se tile fi jo. Sometimes you go after one person, and that person now comes and says, okay, as now don't come after, make I tell you everything will happen. They can't now start to mention other people. Before you know it, the water don't muddy. When the waters are clear, we can see the bottom of the matter. When the waters are muddy, we can't see the bottom. Every single person mentioned must be picked up and questioned. But let us not become judge and jury and start establishing that it was this person, it was this person, it was this person. Let the law take its course. God forbid, Remy, if your brother was with him on the last day saying follow and go through, no be waiting with a talk today. Abroad, as long as he can prove that he doesn't have a motive, as long as he can prove that he has an alibi, Nigeria no one hear alibi, they no one hear motive. Go logbon come. Already they don't robe nurse, they don't robe the friend we carry him. And the case is getting more and more murky. I've been reading the messages. More people are saying they want DNA than the ones that are saying they don't want DNA. So let's DNA be careful for the child.
All three, even the dad and MohBad.
No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Sadly, it doesn't work like that. When the family asks for DNA, they are going to ask for DNA of the child. Whether you like it or not, MohBad, the answer in Papa's name. And the father will at least be on a trustee for him. You see, you've got to, that's why I'm saying you have to be very careful. These are pathways that we cannot just navigate. with emotions and sentiments.
Are we thinking about the child? Look, you know my
Remy, Remy, we are not thinking about the child, we are thinking about MohBad.
Really?
Yes, primarily.
Okay.
Ada, you did not sleep for 2 days. Was it the child that did not let you sleep? Very good. So we are thinking about MohBad. And 90% of the people here are thinking about MohBad. And that, read, DNA or no DNA? Let's ask, DNA or no DNA? Me, I'm against DNA. I don't think you need it. But ask the people, type DNA or type no DNA. We have 2,000 people watching. Be counting it. Count it. Wait. Let's do it empirically. DNA or no DNA? Wait now, 2,000 people. Let's put it to vote. DNA or no DNA? Let's start. They'll start typing now. DNA 1, no DNA 1, DNA 2, no DNA 2, no DNA 3, no DNA 4, DNA 2, DNA 3, DNA 4, 4, DNA 5, 4, no DNA 5, no DNA 6, DNA 6, DNA 7, no DNA 7, DNA 8, no DNA 8, DNA 9, no DNA 9, DNA 10, DNA 11, DNA 12, no DNA 12, no DNA 12, DNA 13, I'm counting the scores for you. Let's set up a poll. How do you set up a poll in the comment section?
Because look, yes, I'm not saying that we shouldn't do DNA. I'm not saying DNA is not important. I'm saying that is not
distraction.
It's a huge distraction. But what I'm trying to tell Remy, what I was trying to tell Remy was, Remy came from things Naira Marley said. Baba, if we start going about things Naira Marley said, before you know, they will say the things the wife said. There was a video where the wife was quarreling with him. We are going to bring in everything. Then I was seeing a video today with MohBad and Naira where there were guns on the table and what looked like substance in one corner. Please, those are all distractions. We are muddying the waters. You are taking away the merit of the case. The merit of the case is, why was he buried in a hurry? Why was he buried in a hurry?
His parents failed him.
That is a merit of a case.
And the girl wasn't even involved in the burial. Yeah, the girl wasn't involved in the burial.
These are issues.
She was left out completely on the burial of her husband. She could not even locate. In fact, they did it before she could blink. She was there.
How do I run a poll? I want to run a poll. How do I run a poll?
You have to do that on your story.
I thought it was something we could do live now.
On your Insta story.
The merit of the case, somebody said, is the bullying. Yes, that's a very, very important part of it. And like I always say, every Nigerian artist is bullied. I know what it's like. I work on radio now. Do you know how many record labels have written to radio station not to play the song of an artist because the artist has issues with the record label? Ada, you know now.
Yeah.
So you see, there's a darkness in the industry. And have you noticed that a lot of record label executives are quiet?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't you noticed? It's easy to point to the record label that is coming from. Where did they learn it from? This is what you call industry practice. They do it without shame, without any recourse to shame. So we are trying to sanitize the future of the industry. And in all this, the only thing we know for a fact, so far, you know me, Priye, I like working with what's on the table. First things first, why was he buried in a hurry?
Yeah.
The father said that's Yoruba tradition. It might be Yoruba tradition, but I disagree. Yoruba tradition does not say bury at midnight. There's something fishy. Like if Remy comes home one day and I ask her, Remy, where are you coming from? And she says she's coming from school. That her answer can trigger another set of questioning. Especially if I was coming from the school and they say Remy has not been there for 3 days. So the best way to handle these issues is by establishing our facts. You guys did it with Peter Obi. As they were running their poll, you were running your own. So you had an idea of what was going on. Ada, you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
I could be wrong, but I've attended a burial in Lagos before, and I know that they told me that in Yoruba culture, the parents of the
deceased,
the person, is not supposed to be there.
100%. 100%.
I don't know which one is the person should not stay over 24 hours. This is new to me.
It's new to me too, and I'm a Yoruba boy, bread and butter.
Thank you. The one I know in this Lagos, no matter how long the person
I agree with you. All the Yoruba people I've asked have said the same thing, that they don't really know about it, you know. So
and I have a suggestion. Nigerian police, with this case, you have all the warrants, you have all the rights to go to their service provider and get their call logs. I think all calls should be traced this year. That of the dad, MohBad, everybody from January. They will give you the call log, visit their call service, whatever, and get who they've been talking to. You will get the voices of those that have called to threaten them, even though with the private number, the one that's been having shady conversation, you will get everything. I should not be saying this. I don't know why they are so slow. 9 days and nothing is out.
Ada, na true word you dey talk so.
From January, who has the person been talking to? The night who called the father, who called the wife, who has been talking to? Every suspect, the call log should be checked.
Yeah. And while we're at it, let's not forget to, I don't know how this would work, but those other signees that are still trapped under that label, especially Zeno, who is very popular. I think videos have come out of him being also not coherent and possibly being either under drugs or laced or whatever. I think, I don't know, there should be a wider call to check on those ones too, because we never can tell how far this thing has gone. The number of lives that have been ruined, we don't know how many. They say the number keeps increasing every day. Those that were able to get out, they got out, and they've even come forward to say, hey, I got out on so and so year. I couldn't take it again. For the remaining who do not have the guts or the means or the opportunity to come out, let them try. Reach out to people. Reach out to Daddy Freeze if you can, or some. Just tell your story so that other people can find the courage to walk away. Because at the end of the day, like now, everybody's complaining. Zeno is too quiet. His silence is very,
very loud.
Scary. It's very loud and scary. Everybody's like, okay, is this guy okay? Because this is actually a serious issue. For him not to be able to say
Zlatan as well.
Zlatan is not that silent. Zlatan has said a few things, not physically, but at least we've seen some activity on his page and all of that. But Zeno's own is extreme because he hasn't said a word. Apart from removing the Malian record label from his bio, he hasn't said one word. If anybody can check on him, I don't know. Yeah.
But parents, what I want to say as well is that parents should please focus on their children.
Exactly.
We also can change, a whole lot of things. I'm sorry, I'm still going to an extent blame his parents, his mom and his dad, because for a child, MohBad, they would have, if they were connected to that child, if they 100% cared for him, they would have noticed that he's just not an ordinary child, not the average child, from when he was young. You know how some Nigerian parents can be, oh, you want to go do music. Maybe they would have paid more attention to him if he was a doctor or if he was a lawyer, you know what I mean? Or an engineer, if he was articulate, brilliant in school. But music, I'm sure they would have been well, music, of all things, you want to be rapping and singing all this. So I think they didn't support him enough. His mom, look at, what's his name? Burna Boy, his mom. She will go all radical on anybody who tries to touch that boy, a son. I will do the same for my child. Now, MohBad's mom has been crying and saying all sorts. But when her child complained to her, cried to her, told her about the substance that they made him drink, I haven't heard her say that she did anything, or that she called somebody, or that she went somewhere, or that she cried out. She hasn't said one thing relating to that. What effort did she make as a mom? What effort did the father make as a mom? Okay, look at DJ Splash's mom. She said she called Naira's mom. Do you get what I mean? That she called her and said, please, where is your son? Here is where my son is. Here's what's going on with him and all of that. She made an effort. She went to pick up her son somewhere. What did MohBad's mom do? What exactly did she do for that boy? What did the father do? What did his family members, what did they do? They didn't support him
That's going
enough.
to bring us back to the same conversation we've been having since the ghetto. In the ghetto, fathers tell their children, if you enter trouble, you enter it on your own. You see, because you are butter, you always assume that the way your world is, that's the way the whole world is. I'm a street boy. I will tell you it for free. They catch your pikin. Papa go wash him hand, come out am. That's so street be. Because you see, poverty, that's why I said you have to stay away from poverty so as not to be dragged into poverty mentality. Some people do not understand your kind of motherhood or your idea of motherhood or your idea of fatherhood because they were not raised like that. You see, when you come abroad, your children become like demigods. You have to drive them for swimming practice. You have to take them to school. You have to make sure they are early. For Niger, if you wake up, no go school early. Now you know.
Daddy freeze. If my children, today, my 4 kids, only 2 went to school. The last 2, they are under the weather too. The school left me 6 missed calls. I must tell them why my child didn't show up. So the child is not just my child. The child is the child of the state.
Of the government. Yeah, hello.
Of the government. You cannot just say my child is not coming to school. You will say why the child did not come. Is it vacation? Is it doctor's appointment? You must register it. Yeah. And that is why we're begging for our nation, like Nigeria, to just
don't pick phone calls.
At a point come to that realization that every life counts. If a child is in an abusive home, they will pull the child out
if it is important,
before they start talking about the situation.
All right then.
But many adults in Nigeria walking about have grown up in MohBad type of situation.
I'm telling you, you don't know what we are going through in our families.
They will go
you
ahead
don't know what
and
I'm going through in my family. Do you understand? And I see this same mentality. But you see, because some of you were raised in butter families, Baba, I know somebody who disowned his 2 sons because they were rude to him. He disowned them, doesn't want to talk to them. I'm telling you. So you see, you can, if you live in the ghetto, there's a way they think there. That's why in that song, Naughty by Nature said, you ain't never been to the ghetto. Don't ever come to the ghetto. Because you won't understand the ghetto. Stay out of the ghetto. I've been there, I know what it's like. I know people who say,
well, but that should change. People should change.
You cannot tell people to change when you have not exposed them to the stimulus that will make them change. Let me tell you, as that MohBad father is thinking, that's how the 1 million people living in Ikorodu are thinking. He did not listen to me. It doesn't make sense to us because we don't have that mentality. But just remember that Nigeria is 99% people like MohBad's dad and 1% people like us. Not the other way around. We are the minority. I know people that will kick their children out. Was it not in Akwa Ibom or Cross River where a boy was thrown out of the house? Hope for being a witch. So you will not, you can't understand this. You can never relate with it because it's not your reality, Remy.
No.
But this is the reality of 90+% of Nigerians. I grew up in the hood. You cannot understand the hood. I've seen them light an old woman on fire because she started confessing she was a witch. As simple as that. I have seen a guy, let me tell you a story. You see, when I tell you hood things, when I don't go understand. One guy toast one babe. Like as I see Ada like this, this Ada fine. I can't go toast Ada. Ada no gree. Ada can insult me, say you are an idiot. I won't come punish Ada. I can't go bring my friend where Ada no know. Say Ada they close for church at 5 o'clock. As she's coming out, make my friend just go bump into him, just hold him, say she thief in Bolahon. Baba, make I give you ghetto life. So now so the guy friend go bump into Ada. Hold Ada say otigbelo before you know a mob gather. All the friends were part of the mob. I'm talking of 2,000 people in 10 minutes. Otigbelo, Ogbodo father. 9 friends come they suggest. Listen. 9 friends come they suggest say if the thing they work, say you must sleep with Ada then and there. Make them know whether the thing they work. They carry them go corner. Put rapper. Women now bring their rapper. Say make you go sleep with them. The guy enjoy himself finish. If not for the timely arrival of the police, therefore, wire him, constantly burn him. That's why when people are saying jungle justice, I know they like hear the people that are jungling this justice, they don't have brain, no. Women like brought their rapper, they were wearing shimmy.
Before anybody
to make fence so that they can sleep with the girl, so that they will know that the girl true the boy's true stuff is working. I don't even tell you the whole story fool. They first carry them go Babalawo. Meanwhile, Babalawo they part of the plan. Babalawo come tell them say they must go bring how much be that time? Maybe 1,500 naira that year. When money no get value. They quickly go look for 1,500 naira. They can't do the tutu, can't say okay. They don't reverse them. Okay, as they don't reverse them now, how you not know say the thing they work? Some people say me they go bring Olosho come. The guy say never sleep with Olosho before for life. Say okay, the woman will do anchor. Why they no fit sleep with him? Now the crowd say yes, it's true. Yes. Before you know them, women come out. You know shimi where they wear under. They come out their rapper, tie them like this, so that Ingo fit arrange them behind the curtain. Now so my guy wire and better dog come out. They say, yeah, this thing they work. As I say, it didn't they work. It still did not end there. They didn't. By this time, this woman naked, embarrassed, disgraced, they still want Bonham. If not at that time, police can't arrive. Nobody say they still never beat them anyhow. That's that mentality. So when somebody, if they had said that this thing happened in Lekki, then it's a totally different conversation. Is Ikorodu? That's how they all think. Majority of them, that's how they think. Ikorodu people and land. I'm not telling you waiting to taste buds land for Ikorodu. Taste buds has 6 hectares of land in Ikorodu, where we buy from Bale. Family come begin, they fight us on top of the land. Taste buds has all the documentation you need in this life. We go there one day, they don't begin, they build duplex on top her land. I say, I want to go see the land, and they show me gun. So, in as much as we are quarreling with MohBad's dad over land, you need to understand how people in Ikorodu think. They show me gun on top of our property. Till today, we don't see that land. Hectares. Land where if Tasteboard sell that land today, she know if you collect less than 400 million. That's how they collect them with gun. Who get mind to go they fight for Ikorodu? So we need to understand that we are not just dealing with a people, we are dealing with a mindset. Most people for that Ikorodu will judge that what he did was okay. He not get money. Where he want to see the money from? Make it bury the picking. When they talk to make go keep her for mortuary. When I want to give her money for mortuary. Let me tell you, poor village people think money and they think stress. How much money is it going to cost? Where is the money going to come from? And they think property. The day I dropped out of my father's, I used to tell you I was living in Ibadan before. I used to have malaria every month, typhoid every 2 months. Until one day I got up, I told my father's family member that I'm not interested in his property. And I left. I left in 2001. I used to have malaria every month, sometimes every 2 weeks. I was on malaria medicine every weekend because I was having malaria so much they could not continue treating me. They have to put me on prevention. Diazepam, I've waiting that medicine they take every Sunday. Do you realize that since I've come to Lagos since 2001, we're in 2023, 21 years, I've had malaria maybe 6 times. I counted it the other day. I've never had typhoid. Baba, what family will do to you over land? That's why if they see me, I don't get land anywhere. I have my house and maybe 1 or 2 land. The rest of my money, I me go chop them, and I let my family know that I'm eating the money. There's nothing left for you people. How we wear the money on my wrist, how we drive the money as my car, how we fly the money as business class. I'm not leaving any property for anybody. Whatever I have, I will eat 90% miaje. I no collect my property. Why should my child collect my own? Let them go and work. Because it is when property dey ground, now argument go begin. All these arguments now because say property dey. If property no dey, nobody go argue with anybody. Nigerians see property. If you ask how much is the price of this property, I mean maybe 5 million, maybe 10 million.
Is that 10 plots of land with that girl that is discussing this lack of peace?
Baba, even if it's 10 plots of land for Ikorodu, how much can it be? If it's 1 million, it's 10 million. If it's 2 million, it's 20 million. That's less than the money we used to put diamond inside watch. You understand? But they will take your life for it. For that property, they will take your life for it. So we're dealing with a dangerous mindset. Everything is calculated in naira and kobo and in property in the hood. One day my mother came to me and said, you don't have property. I said, how many property you get? Me, you know, say my mouth no good. You ask me question, I answer you with question immediately. Everybody will calm down. I say, you as my mother, how many property you get? Your life is what I like. You have intellectual property. You are valuable. You are a professor. You are a vice chancellor in your 60s. You can afford to buy 3 cars and have your house. That's what I want. I don't want to be saving my money inside property so that somebody will come and buy me later down the line because they didn't see property. Come they drag on with my children. I don't tell my children, say, one day, now hustle, I hustle. Come and learn how to use TikTok. So if anything happen to me, you can run my page. Come and learn how to use Instagram. Come and learn it. But say I will leave you anything. This work I'm doing, how hard is it? You stay with me in the house every day. You pick it up and you learn it. You can do it. Ada can do this work I'm doing. If Ada monitors me for 1 year, Ada go fit do everything that they do, including preach. And that's how I fashion my life. My mother's family in Romania and her property scattered the whole family. My father's family in Nigeria and her property scattered the whole. One guy said, Daddy Freeze, why don't you have property? I said, both my parents' side, property scattered both families. So I want to also do what my children used to scatter themselves. No. Let them work. While I'm alive, I'll take care of them. Once I'm gone, they should take care of themselves. It's as easy as that. So we need to also deal with those consuming mentalities. Oh, I don't talk my own. Look at quiet. Or are you lazy?
So what are people expecting to get from this whole thing? What is the justice they're expecting? What do they want?
An investigation that would expose the real cause of demise of MohBad.
God will bless you. Yes.
That's exactly what we are looking for. Every other thing is a distraction. We are looking for, okay, we've seen videos of him being bullied and beat up and abused back to back. We need to confirm that those things actually led to his death, which of course, I'm sure they will be able to come up with 1 or 2, pieces of evidence. They say the autopsy is complete now. We're awaiting results. I hope it was very detailed. This one that they rushed to do it, I don't understand. I hope it was detailed enough. I hope they performed a toxicology report on that body, because that's the only way we can know that there was no form of poisoning, that took place.
And people should also fight for laws to be made to protect young children.
Exactly.
And maybe some artists who are currently under a record label, maybe they need to have their contracts checked to be sure that they are not, enslaving them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe they need, yes.
I also want to point out, people are asking about Naira Marley not being arrested. We hear that they do this out of the country, actually. So the only way he can be picked up is if there's overwhelming evidence and an extradition actually happens. They have to extradite.
Let me be very honest with you. If they pick Naira Marley up today,
looking at everybody.
If they pick Naira Marley up today, it is because of public outcry, not because there's evidence.
Yeah.
Public outcry, not evidence.
Not evidence.
Not evidence. Yeah.
It's not evidence. What?
Yeah,
Sorry?
They bite him for bullying.
You people need to understand that this bullying inside Ghetto na everyday thing.
But it doesn't make it right.
You see, that's my problem. You live in a privileged country and you are saying what they do every day in the ghetto. So what we can do is change the way forward. Now, so they do themselves. Baba, please, who live for Ikorodu? May una talk as they do for us, una they do for that Ikorodu. Now, normal, and we also need to address confra behavior. I don't want to go into it. I'm just going to touch on it and use your brain to handle it. Baba, let me tell you something. It is normal for them to carry you. If you say you want to initiate confra, they will beat you from night till morning. You are saying, that is part of the initiation. I don't get anybody who enter confra for una family. Home no one tia leg diaro. The day break, 200, 300 people go, they beat you. So we need to understand. As in, that's why I'm talking to privileged people. Please, is there anybody that grew up on the street here? Can you please enlighten these people? There is a privileged. So this their mindset, this their behavior. We also need to dig in to understand confra affiliations. I don't want to say these things. I don't know as they take talk, and please, is anybody, can somebody just comment and let's stop being privileged? You understand? Let's stop being elitist. Let's understand the dimensions. I can't even find myself. Okay, I'm trying to look for myself live because I can't see comments anymore. So I want to log in from another account so I can see comments. Can somebody please talk? Somebody said Nigerians that bully people online are seeking justice for the bully. Bullying, no, as in, unless you see where they caught person. Say they carry cane, flog person. Now, hey, Dagbasi Ghetto.
Jeff, can I leave this live? Because I think it will take like 5 minutes for the listener to come on.
Okay, my darling, not a problem, not a problem, not a problem.
All right, thank you.
One of my guys told me a story. He said they go do initiation. Person pie, they bury him there for the initiation ground. Till today, parents don't know what in doing. He pie for the initiation. He had whether heart attack problem or something. He go blend. He pie there, they bury him. They dig in grave, bury him, cover him up. Inside dark, thick forest. Who you want go hold? So you see, it's a mentality shift. It's we have to depart from these. Somebody said, privileged kid, join confirm more. I finished from Uniben. Somebody said, normal level, daddy freeze. Speak, just read the comments. If you can see I can't see them on this screen, so I'm using another screen. I grew up in the ghetto though, Kampala, Uganda. But what's going on there is what's happening here too. Read the comments.
Children in secondary schools have all joined now. From
okay, so what is Nigeria doing about it? What is Nigeria doing about it?
Because so everybody saying that. Are you reading the Remy? Read the comments. Just read every single comment that is coming up, please.
I am reading the comments.
Read
I'm
it
just
out.
saying.
Don't read it. Read it out. Read it out one by one.
When you say Nigeria doing about it, the leaders, the people in law enforcement, they're all in this conference.
Let me read this comment.
So who is going to solve the problem when
read the comments one by one?
From top to bottom.
Or should I bring somebody to read comments? Let me bring somebody to read comments.
You can't stop Confra. Then it was only in university, but now it is on the streets. Baba, remember the cultist bullying that year.
All our politicians, all the police, the law enforcement.
So this is also a conversation we need to have. Because you see, I'm a realist. I went to University of Ibadan. I saw all sorts of crazies. I have seen situations where in Ibadan, they go find person for a house. They don't see I ain't run from school. It cause trouble for school. Run, go house. They go carry papa and mama, buy them. The worst places then were places like Ekpoma. Places like Uniben to an extent.
Uniben.
Osu.
Is very strong in Edo State.
The problem is you guys, the social media is the problem. It is bringing what we have experienced as children. You are now seeing it. This normal. In anywhere that is ghetto, this is how they behave. Baba, what am I saying? Lekki, where I live. Early one morning, I think it was about a year ago, the floor was littered with bodies. There was a clash the night before. The clash lasted for about a week. In Lekki, not Ikorodu, Lekki. bodies, or police now have to go and start arresting people, as in they clashed on the road. Lekki, walking distance from my house in Lekki. So you see, this gang behavior is a subject that we are going to address on a special day, because it is not immune only to Nigeria. London has
I actually believe you that the freeze is everywhere, and even Nigerians have taken it abroad, like somebody rightfully wrote here. You know, I think about
now,
4 years ago
in London,
there
are gangs. London itself is run by gangs.
Exactly. Yeah.
America is run by gangs. All that Compton, all that what do they call this area?
Bronx, Brooklyn, everywhere.
And this is what they will do to this normal gang behavior. You mess with a gang or a gang leader, they call it, they treat your F up.
So are we saying now that MohBad's case is gang related or confra related?
I am not saying that. Don't carry words from. I'm just saying that we have to get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
We don't know. We are asking. Police, tell us. Is that what it is?
Exactly.
So even when you go prison for Yankee, or when you go prison for UK, you go meet another set of gang inside prison. So you need to understand, my problem is, Detroit, God bless you. My problem is you guys are being elitist. You're being detached from this reality. Remy, have you ever lived in Ikorodu before?
Nope. I've never been there.
Have you ever lived in a ghetto before, like Ajegunle, like Obalende, like Bere Ibadan, like a proper ghetto before? So what allowance are you making for the mentality? Since they don't born you, you don't ever see whether they born thief before.
No.
I'm not saying they just finished burning the thief. You can't reach there. Say they watch as they first of all, let me tell you a story. A woman was caught trying to kidnap a child. I witnessed it firsthand. I was going to work, so we're in the traffic. So they beat them. So traffic stop, everywhere lock. And I was going to Makbo. My office was in Bere Makbo. So I come down from motor to see what's in the happen. Then they beat this woman. Say she thief pikin. The woman say she no thief pikin. Then they beat her. When they say they beat her with bucket, any metal bucket, hate. They don't turn hand to blood. One guy went to bring electric cable and started inserting it inside her quick. At that time, finally the traffic moved. This happened as you are coming from Bere, you descend that hill, and then if you take left, you are going towards Yemetu. If you take right, you are going towards Aremo. At that junction, when they finish inserting, they come burn them. I was coming at 12 midnight, I just close work, I just see the body freshly roasted in front of me. I can't begin the reverse, because I know they did the middle of the road. Know how I won't pass and where I don't go match them. I can't reverse to end of the road, can't go past long road. So we are dealing with a situation that has seen this as normal. So you cannot just start in the middle of nowhere and say you want to change it you have to change the whole mindset of the whole people. And the beauty of MohBad's passing is it is the light that shone on this darkness. For the first time that una don't see this thing we do MohBad, I swear to God, now something we see for Ghetto once every week or once every 2 weeks normally.
Wow.
Normally for Ghetto. Normal. As in, let me tell you a level of bullying. I was telling a story about some of Adedibu's boys, where they stay my area that year. Adedibu, they stay Molete, if I'm correct, if I remember well, on the way to Felele. If I remember well, I may have this. I'm telling you things that happened 30 years ago. He can't get one of his thugs. Then they call the boy. I don't forget the name, whether now Oku Akparu or something like that. Oku Akparu means the one bird with the day inside bush we don't buy.
A sparrow.
Like not like sparrows, like bushfowl. They say anybody will carry the slogan saying any Oku Akparu back on anybody will carry Oku Akparu carry trouble. So that's where the Oku Akparu name came from. Say, imagine say Remy na my wife. Oku Akparu can't like Remy. You know what Oku Akparu do? Oku Akparu come meet me saying like my wife. So make I give her my wife. As in the audacity. He sending boy say, may they go call me come. Pelo bank bewa, is it done for junction? Tell bank bewa. In come. They say sit down for floor. Mo like ìyàwó ẹ. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ fẹ́. That one come dey beg ẹ ṣàánú mi. Ìyàwó mi ni. Ó lóyún sínú. Ẹ máa ní láti ṣe nìyẹn. Kò gbọ́dọ̀ bí o. Do you understand Yoruba? The guy say, my wife get belle. The guy say, when I go comot the belle o. Say, as him don see the wife, now he wan marry am. And when they tell you now, they tell me Ghetto thing and they talk from London. Make I tell you, anytime Oku Akparu won't talk to the girl, the husband that year used to run business center. Those dial phone where you go the place, you go use him phone dial. He go call the husband, so make he carry the phone, go give him wife inside house. So he want talk to him wife. Báwo ni Ramo? So ti jẹun. The husband go dead. They no born you. Say you go tell Oku Akparu say he no fit talk to your wife. Whoa, they go burn you tired that night. Now beg. The whole community come gather, come beg her and say, Baba, please, na person wife, make me. Now beg. So if you've ever experienced this, ask anybody where grow for hood. They go alamala joints, they go chop finish. They go chop finish. Nobody, they no born you to ask them for money, say they won't pay. They go cook you inside that soup. Between Yahweh, as in people with they mad. Make I tell you one, and you see these people, they all stayed at my fence, near my fence. So I knew all of them. And they all liked me because I was a half-caste boy. One day I did come from school. To enter bus, go my house. You get one place for Ibadan where they call bus stop. Near gate. There is bus stop. There's a place they call bus stop. Under one tall tree. I don't know whether that tree still there. I don't enter the bus. This Oku Akparu come. You don't reach the bus. The conductor say, okay, he come. You look inside the bus. It remain two people. Just drag one person down from the bus. Just sit down for two people. You look the driver, say, driver, yeah, my lord. They no born you well. Everybody quiet for the bus. In can enter the back. So for that back when they don't drink, they don't day, don't jogodo. In can won't tell bus conductor, I be driver. So in can they tap everybody for in front. Those ones they bend their neck. You can't stretch, can't tap the driver. The driver. The bad junction, yawole. Inside public bus where they go for road. He tell the driver, say when he reach that junction, he go turn. Say make public bus go drop him for front of your house. You don't ever hear that kind of thing before? Downfall.
No.
Downfall driver can't look back. Can't they beg everybody for Emma binu, Emma mokoma sare jawon le nwaju le, Emma binu. He can't they beg. As he can't they beg, Oku Akparu can't look, he see me. He tell the conductor, say, Kò ní sanwó. You know what that mean? Say I no go pay. No be say he pay for me, oh. He just tell the conductor, say, I no go pay. With that same voice. Kò ní sanwó. Conductor say, okay. Imagine that level of bullying for inside your own boss. Then they can't carry and go in house. Public bus, where road no reaching out, the road bad, the button look big, everybody for bus quiet. They can't reach Baba house, Baba can't come down. Can't look everybody here, she tell the guy, say, good, need some woo. The bus come begin the turn. Now that bus no get reverse. So when the driver move front, the conductor go run under the bus, chook the reverse gear. The bus go come back. Then they go engage gear one. Hey, my wife cop. Then come engage gear one. He go come go from vroom vroom vroom. You know if he come back. So the conductor go roll under the bus again, chook out for gear for reverse, back up. Now so we do like 10 times because the road for a house they very narrow. As we begin the turn, I don't say you don't enter house. As we begin the turn, I just say I don't come down there, use leg, they go my house through Coro. I don't get the power to they follow, they argue anything for the bus. Pim, nobody. Now these people go can't reach main road, they can't drive for like 5 minutes, all of them can't get ginger. We rely on people, we shout, Lori Brooklyn, people, they're not talk when they there. May call all of them down for that bus, may give them frog jump for like 2 hours. I was telling this story, one guy beat one of their teacher. They carry this guy. He did frog jump for 3 days. He go do the frog jump, he go faint, they go pour on water, put inside bus, make it sleep. When he wake up, they go give him food to chop. Once he chop finish, he go start the frog jump again. 3 days. Now him papa used to do frog jump. Oh my show, my daku. One base in the bus. One down me silara. One to G to baton to Jibai. Oh yeah. As in, you go wake up for 1 a.m. for night, go they see and they do the frog jump, they go. Papa, ask anybody where live for hood. Now this time they tell you, no normal gist. So we need to sanitize. And I also lived during the military regime. Who lived during the military regime? Frog jump plenty that year. You wear soldier boots. You wear brogue wey look like soldier boots. Omo ma she frog jump I hear my bajeni. You do frog jump from VI reach Ikeja. Say you wear khaki camo. Ask as in, or say you and soldier girlfriend get issue. You can't rake for them. You can't manage day there when you go bring their husband come. So the culture needs to be uprooted from our system more than anything else. Someone said, I did mine at Ojota, especially for traffic. Even abroad, I was watching a video where the pikin go slap teacher. Where teacher mend them. My pikin come house. Say, teacher mend you. Why he mend you? Anyway, my children know that you cannot misbehave. Teacher beat you. Now you come home, come house, come cry. Unless the teacher beat you over something that is very stupid. The teacher beats my pikin. Waiting in do. That's what I want to hear. He no do homework and beat him. No problem. He go there all right. I've never gone to a school before and said they should not beat my pikin. I know they beat him for house. He get waiting, go behave. I could give him a cane, his body go come down, he go there all right. Someone say don't beat him, I hardly. But that once in 2 years, when the thing they hungry am, I must feed them. Oh sure you. Baba, my body beat me that time twice a week. 1 week he never say anything to beat me, just pluck him, begin flog me. I say, wait till I do. He say, so like you no go do anything. As you never do anything, I don't say you go still do. Now so good, like tell me anything.
No.
So anyway, that's as far as we can go. Imole is light. Imole is brightness. Imole is doing away with darkness, and we can never overestimate or underestimate the power of what he has done, and we will continue in all our capacities as friends, as broadcasters, as online people, as whatever it is that we are. Somebody don't begin to call me again. You see me, they do live, and then you won't call me. Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Make it here.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Is it that the freeze?
Who is speaking?
This is Mr. Stephen from Delta State.
Okay, Mr. Stephen, I'm live now. Can you please send me a text message?
I sent you a message on your platform on Sunday regarding this boy said that the boy is not dead. That you should try much as possible to go to that place and root that boy that very day, rather on Monday. I wish you did all this platform. They supported my heart here and bring this boy out. The boy for not die since. And now they don't bring him out. It's already too late. Because I saw it in my dream. This boy is struggling inside the grave. But nobody.
Now, let me tell you something. You cannot go and dig out somebody's grave. The only person that can do that is the government.
Oh my God.
I brought the Lagos State PPRO, Benjamin Hundeyin. And one of the requests, if you watch that live that day, Remy, you were there, I'm sure, was that they exhume. But I cannot call them and tell them exhume now, exhume now. I've told them exhume. The government has to take its time. They have to do their. Will you ask me they acted too slow? Of course they acted too slow. Way too slow in my opinion. But I don't have any. I'm not a governor. I'm not a deputy governor. I'm not a commissioner. I'm not a minister. I'm not a head of any service. What power do you expect me to go and dig somebody out of the ground for, as I'm Daddy Freeze that preaches Free Nation on Instagram, or what power do I, so that they don't go carry me self join inside the bossy? So that's it, my brother. You raised a valid point, but you raised it to a quarter or quarters that was handicapped to handle it. All right, my brother, stay blessed. He indeed raised it, I won't lie. But what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
The best I can do is I've told them exhume. The police said if need be exhume. I said no, let's exhume.
Exhume immediately.
So I should carry shovel. Answer me. So I should carry shovel and go to Ikorodu. And I will tell them that what? Now sell una for they do this live from now.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's not. I also said it. Look at the title of my video. I said it. I said this guy would have been alive.
Yeah, I said it that he was not. We don't even know who declared him dead. You know, and today when they exhumed the body, we saw the presence of blood. Aproko doctor has a whole explanation on that possibility, and I'm fully in support of in that regard, because it's possible that he actually now bled to death. You know, and
then we want at least 2 different autopsies. I'm sorry, I love my government. I like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah. I like what's his name, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. But I don't trust any government autopsy. I'm sorry. Forgive me my opinion. Can we have an independent autopsy too when government has finished their own?
Today, they said they finished the autopsy, and I feel it's too quick, because it's supposed to take time to even conduct a toxicology on the body. So I don't know how
can we have somebody from another? Can we have 2 or 3 different autopsies?
Yeah. The family should be conducting their own too. The family should be conducting their own too.
Yes, family. Please leave that family, Joe.
At least the wife or anybody around them should initiate it. That way, we can have more than one opinion.
100%. But does that family look to you like they are willing to put the small money that they have down to go and do autopsy? You think autopsy is free?
I know.
People that were ready to bury him at midnight, now want to use 3 million, 4 million do autopsy. Nigerian police just released autopsy update as I'm speaking to you now. Just coming in now. The Nigerian police wishes to inform the public that the autopsy procedure for Mr. MohBad has been successfully completed. Further information will be provided as the results are available. This dropped this evening. Somebody said the speed is too suspicious.
This what? So the real question is, when would the system in Nigeria begin to work in favor of the average man? Is that even ever going to happen in my lifetime?
Wonderful question.
I ask that question all the time. Would I live to see a day where Nigeria will be normal and the people's hearts will be in the right place? We're not asking for a perfect society. We're saying a place that can function for the average man. Are we ever going to see that day? I don't know.
We have a long way to go. Unless you want me to lie to you. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know.
This autopsy is very fast. Someone said this is the fastest autopsy I've ever heard. I agree with you. Because even if you decide to watch all this American crime,
it takes days.
They will tell you, 5 days or 3 days.
Yeah.
Even the story of a boy who drowned when he went on a trip with his friends, a teenager here in Canada. He's Nigerian. I think they kept his body for up to 5 days for the autopsy, just to confirm that the only cause of death was drowning and nothing else, So it's less than 24 hours autopsy. This is where the inefficiencies begin in the investigation. At the end of the day,
I'm totally worried. In less than 24 hours.
This is ridiculous.
So sweet.
Okay, guys. We've done our best. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. If you're enjoying the live on TikTok, please follow my #1 gifter. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I had 5,200 people watching me on Facebook. Thank you so much. 1,000 plus on YouTube and about 2,000 plus on Instagram. Oremi, Priye, I'm tired.
Bless you.
Oremi. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok, please, so that my page will get recognition. Double click the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Please double click the screen. Double click the screen.
Wow.
Remy, Oti Remy.
I hope they will give him the burial that he actually deserves, not that shabby burial.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. They don't. I don't think the autopsy took more than 3 hours. What was the time when? Where was I? It was 15 minutes ago when not Gist Lover this time, was Gossip Mail Nigeria was where I saw it. Was updating. It was around 2:00, and by 9:00 they don't release updates. So within 7 hours they don't.
Well, someone said that autopsy takes hours, but then the results could take days or weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So but okay. Except that,
So toxicology.
Does that mean now that they would release the deceased body, or would they hold it for more evidence? And why I have a problem with how quick it was is, don't forget that when they exhumed, they still had a journey to take to the hospital. They still had to prepare for the tests, the many tests, So I still feel like the time frame, even if it takes 2 to 4 hours to conduct an autopsy, at what point did they prepare? How did they finish week? I don't know. Like I said, I'm confused. I'm very confused. Sometimes I don't even know what to say or think on this matter.
It's tough. And Nigeria is just a tough place. It's just a tough place, as in.
Very difficult to navigate.
Bless you, dear.
Thank you. Now, one thing that I'm going to really be focusing on addressing is bullying. Women bullying their husbands doing it to their wives, Parents doing it to their children, record labels, schools, people who have
Employers.
Employers to
employers to
employees.
employees. Una cop
Crazy.
down they fool come.
Yeah.
This one a scapegoat scenario. Make you all no be scape cow. Adjust yourself. Adjust yourself.
I mean, think out if you're being bullied, please speak.
Speak
out.
out.
Speak to somebody today. You don't have to.
Do you know I felt so
drown.
bad of all the stupid people that have been calling me in my life? Of all this last guy made a lot of sense, but we're handicapped. I felt very, very sorry for him because in actual sense, we all said that they should remove that body. And but anyway, the toxicology will tell us. But I want them to tell us: can they ascertain that he don't buy before they bury him or in buy?
They can ascertain the cost of death.
They can, but will they tell us?
The cost of death, yeah.
They can, yes.
But my question is, will they tell us?
But that's it. That's it.
With the public outcry, they have no choice but to release the reports. If they don't, then it now circles back to what we've been saying. Can we trust the
Nigeria? Will they release the complete thing? Will they tell us 100% what really happened, what they found? You know? It is well. And he cried. He said, I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy.
Who said
that? That got me. MohBad. He cried out. He said he doesn't want to buy. That people should help him. He cried.
That freeze. That topic on bullying is actually very important because
absolutely.
We need to even address some of our behavior. Some of us are even guilty of some things in minor ways. I'm not going to lie. So we need to all look internally.
Exactly. Nigerians are so used to trauma that they have come to
normalize it. Exactly.
Yeah, and they don't even see it as, abnormal. So they won't see it as bullying. You can't try that here now. You can't. And so if we keep asking for change, then it starts with us.
100%. 100%. Thank you all for coming to my live. Thank you. I'm coming back at midnight. I'm going to try to see if we can have a conversation that will at least give us a breather. There was a guy who wanted to talk about what he's going through in his marriage and how his mother-in-law has been stressing him. Mothers-in-law too. Make una stop to the bully una son-in-law.
Yeah.
We're going to have those conversations. So I hope I have the end. You see, I've been talking for almost 2.5 hours. And I'm not physically drained. I'm physically alert, but emotionally drained. Psychologically drained. Thank you all. Quite a lot of people came out on TikTok. I have 136,000 likes. Double click the screen. Let's get it to 150K. Follow my #1 gifter. That's how TikTok works. If you follow my #1 gifter, I'll be more visible on the radar. Double click the screen. Let's get it to 150 now. Quickly. Double click the screen. Share the video. Follow my #1 gifter. Follow my #1 gifter. A big shout out to every single person who popped a money gun. I appreciate you all. And to those of you who sent me stars on Facebook, as you're watching the video, bottom left-hand corner, you'll see how to buy my stars. Thank you very much. All of you who sent super chats and super likes and super stickers on YouTube, thank you all so much. This matter is very passionate. I even feel guilty selling my market. Normally, me, I would sell them every 3 minutes. Hey, guys, as now don't come, we appreciate you. You see, when you give us gifts, it's not only the financial implication. Because Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok make money from these gifts, they tend to promote channels that bring them revenue. So when I say give the gifts, 80% of the TikTok, I think is 70% goes to TikTok. So when you give me $10 on TikTok, I think TikTok gets $7, I get $3. But what happens at the end of the day is my channel grows, because they will put your channel on the front line. If you are earning them money, they will put your channel on the front line. They would help you get. That's why I start my videos on TikTok and I have a minimum of 100 people watching. They promote your channel, and I'm very careful about not using words like not to be broadcast words, because that also affects. Same thing with YouTube. Anytime they're making revenue, just know that they'll be pushing channels that make them revenue, and they'll be relegating the channels that don't. It's called whitelist and blacklist. I try to get whitelisted so I get more audience, so I can talk to a larger network of people. Some people say it's because of the money. I will not lie. There's money there. We make money. But whatever I make, the platforms collect 70%. Some 50%, some 40%, but I think TikTok is 70% of your revenue. So when you are buying my stars and liking my channel on TikTok, it is helping me get to a larger audience. So more people can see, and more people will take us seriously. If I'm crying and only 10 people are watching, ain't nobody gonna answer me. But today I had almost 2,000 people at a point watching on TikTok, about 5,200 on Facebook. You understand? So when you're sending your gifts, popping my stars, Facebook people have been particularly hard to get, and that's why my Facebook numbers plummeted. Today is just because of this autopsy case. Normally, my Facebook numbers are doing very. Remember that time we're doing Clash of the Supporters?
The debate, yeah.
As in, the page just skyrocketed out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Because as
Star
people
Wars.
were buying stars, people were buying stars,
Star
and people were
Wars
buying
were
stars, Star Wars.
on, yeah.
So it was really helping the channel grow, and you all love the platform. I have people, so many friends I've made from the platform I've never even seen before. They want to tell me things that it frees this, but you see, how did I meet you? Because somebody else was helping promote the channel. That's how you got to find out about the channel. Now I'm on WhatsApp right now. WhatsApp is promoting the channels by themselves, and I think I have almost 200,000 followers on WhatsApp already. Let me
I tried the WhatsApp thing. I need to look into, because I was trying to locate
I have
your page, your channel on WhatsApp.
192,000 followers on WhatsApp in less than a week. So all these things really help our channels, and we appreciate when you help the channel grow. You understand? So if you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, follow my number one gifter. If you're watching on Facebook, share the video, all the things we talked about. I'm open to genuine feedback. If you don't like one of the things I said and you believe I could have said it better, reach out to me. Please be polite. I'm 47 years old. I'm not many of you who's mates. Respect yourself. And my mouth is not good. I'm an Ibadan boy. I was raised on the street. Will you cross me? What I will tell you, me too. I know me too. I'm guilty. Sometimes I finish entering some people. I feel like, if this guy see bottle of sniper anywhere lying around, if I drink more. So please, I don't also want to be guilty of sending somebody to an early demise because I wired in word. When you come to my page, respect your old age and respect my old age too. I beg you, Nititori along. So thank you all so much. All of you watching on YouTube, support the channel. Super chats, super likes, and super stickers. Remy, anything else you have to say as we round off?
Nope.
Priye Obozua.
Yes.
Is Obozua your father's name or your husband's name?
My husband's name.
Okay, Priye is not Delta, it's more Port Harcourt.
Bayelsa.
Bayelsa, yeah. I try now.
Bayelsa. You tried, our neighbors. Where we were River State before,
yes,
right?
Before. Now, what's your maiden name?
Zidoa.
Okay, yeah, that's a Bayelsa name.
Yes.
Obozua is Benin, proper Benin.
No, Esako. Like Oshomole side.
Yeah. Hey, but Oshomole is Benin now.
No. Edo North. So
Edo,
yes.
Edo.
All those Auchi side.
Oh, Suleiman side.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Remy, what's your own son name?
Beckley.
Almost say as you can't get find him Remy Beckley. You person will just even think say you touch. If nobody says I mean you inside that, now so myself go they go can say oh Remy Beckley. Oh yeah, oh. Get out from my life, Joe. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for the love. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for double clicking the screen. Thank you for sharing your views and thank you for sharing your feedback. And any update, I'm dedicated to this MohBad matter. Any update, whether it is toxicology report, autopsy report, any update concerning MohBad, just know that I'm going to bring it to you. And I'm also very, I'm looking for the right word. I really want to be part of the team that properly at least generates funding for a proper burial. You understand? And I know all of us, my audience, the Free Nation Church, I know we can even do it on our own if we decide to.
Yes.
A good burial does not need more than 10 million. I know we can raise it. I know.
I heard Tonto Dick is already working on it with Earbuds. If we can reach out or raise what we can on this channel,
are my very good friends, and they are a phone call away. Thank you for that. So we'll just look for something to also do.
Okay.
As a family,
I'll be more than happy to be part of it.
So. Thank you very much.
For the wife as well and the child.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I hope you've not been stressing the lady that has been making your hair.
She's traumatized too. She came early in the morning, and all we've been talking about since is this topic.
Oh.
You know, nobody is.
I know it's not.
Yeah, it's too much.
Way too much.
So much.
So, guys, thank you so much. I'll be back by midnight.
The freeze is frozen. He's buffering.
Yeah, sorry, low battery.
Oh, I guess
low battery. So thank you all so much. God bless you. I appreciate you all.
Bye-bye, dear.
Bye-bye, Ray.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye, TikTok family. Thank you all so much. Bye, everyone. Thank you all, TikTok. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. I'm exhausted, eh? I'm so exhausted. Stress you, po. Stress you, po. Thank you all so much, guys. Thank you so much. Hey.